Welcome to Squared Circle Cinema, where we explore feature films starring professional wrestlers. I'm Mike Big Tobacco Ryan, and with me, reluctantly, is the Muffler, Ryan Bruckner. And this week, we're laying down the law and picking up the order. In film number 8 of 4,516, The Longest Yard, starring Bill Goldberg, the Great Khali, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Kevin Nash.
You forgot Bob Sapp.
I forget. And Bob Sapp.
Do you even know who Bob Sapp is?
Warren Sapp.
Bob Sapp.
There's a Bob Sapp.
Bob Sapp, plays...
Yeah, he's selling used cars right there on the corner of 3rd and Alvarado. Of course I know Bob Sapp. Great guy. He'll get you a great deal.
Well, no, not that Bob Sapp.
Oh.
No, Bob Sapp is like the large black gentleman in this movie that is kind of...
He's a professional
very
wrestler?
John Coffey-ish.
Yeah. Great character.
Yeah, well, he got big in Japan.
Oh.
So this is a guy that just got a vat of steroids, pumped himself up to be gigantic.
Yeah.
And then he went to Japan to pro wrestle and fight in no rules MMA, basically.
Jesus.
Back in Japan, there's no rules. And so they would put this 300-pound juice to the gills behemoth up against guys that were like 200 pounds, 190.
This guy's a monster, though.
And he became a gigantic celebrity in Japan. He had all these endorsement deals. He made millions.
Wow.
He fought...
What year are you putting me here?
We're kind of at like early 2000s.
Right about when this movie came out. Maybe just after that. This movie came out in 2005.
Yeah. We're talking
Madison
before
Productions.
2005 led him to this point right
So
here.
he was the monster. He was billed as the monster.
Yeah. He
that
fought
would rip people apart.
And Nogueira, that's a smaller heavyweight that takes a lot of damage. He's a jiu-jitsu guy. And he pile drove. A real-life pile driver. Pile drove this guy.
Wow.
Yeah. He was crazy, and he was just banging all these Japanese women.
Wait, what makes it a real-life pile driver? Was his neck below his knees?
Yeah.
Like, where was his head? Was it dipping below his knees?
He spiked his head on the ground, legit. And
That's
he
how
lost,
Steve Austin damn near broke his neck.
Yeah,
but
and
he still got up.
He lost
Ryan.
the fight. Yeah, he lost the fight.
Fuck. That's insane.
And so now he still fights.
You know, I looked him up, though, just his picture. He slimmed down considerably.
He still
so
fights.
He just like super bulked up. He was ginormous in this movie.
That guy from Balco, Victor Conte. You know, you're into this baseball stuff. The guy that
the hell's that supposed to be?
The guy that provided like a lot of steroids to the baseball players, Victor Conte. He was providing. He said like drums of steroids, of like liquid steroids to Bob Sapp.
Jesus. Okay, well, thanks for all that.
But no, I wanted to tell you
well,
now.
I wanted to put a button on my intro.
Well, I don't give a shit.
I was going to say.
Nobody gives a shit.
Can I please
Let me
say
just
it?
tell you, Bob Sapp is still fighting, but he's only taking dives.
Oh, my goodness.
He shows up the moment any contact is made against him. He just gets on the ground, turtles up, and then they stop the fight immediately.
Is that his gimmick now? He's getting paid to do that?
Yeah, people in Asia still pay him to fight. He shows up.
And he
takes
burned a
dive.
lot of bridges, obviously, because now they're making a mockery of him.
Basically. I mean, he's actually, if you think about it, he's making a mockery of them. They're paying him to do that.
No, that's true. Brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah, he's working the system.
Good contractor. So anyway.
Yeah, okay.
I was going to say.
Yeah. Put a pin on your shit.
You just put a pin on your shit.
Come on, go for it.
You just saying that is putting a pin on your shit. I just hope you know that, all right? You're cutting a fucking really good promo, Ryan, all right? It's kind of hurting my feelings a little bit, though. So just don't look at me like that, dude. Come on. Okay, fine. I'm not going to say it.
Imagine the promo.
Justice is pissed.
You were just waiting for me to talk, weren't you?
Of course. The best part of comedy is timing.
Okay. Yeah. So what? Okay,
What are
we're
your
talking about the
thoughts?
longest yard.
Yeah.
We're talking about the longest yard.
And not only that, we're talking about the.
That's true.
Yeah.
What is your prison plan? This is what I want to know. What would you do if you got sent to maximum security prison? I want to know first day. What are you doing? And what's your plan for the long haul? Think about this.
I wouldn't be able to answer that until I saw my environment because I would definitely.
Have you watched Lockdown?
No, I know.
On MSNBC or any of those
I have.
documentaries
Okay.
on Netflix.
I'll use that instead of say Oz.
Oz is not Oz. A real life prison.
I would
Segregation.
I would be raped on a daily basis if I wasn't very careful and smart. I would have to play the game because otherwise you would die.
So would you
what
hang
that
out
game
with the
is,
white guys?
I don't know. It would have like if I felt threatened, like really genuinely threatened by another race, because it's like, oh shit, that's what we do here. Fuck, we are racist animals.
They
wouldn't
stay with their races.
wear it on my sleeve or anything like that. But if I felt threatened by African American or Asian or any other Mexican, I would have to for my survival.
Oh, okay.
What else? What's the alternative? Honestly, I would love to go the alternative because though we as humans do generally associate with, well, we don't even do that anymore.
Would you tell your white power brethren about all of the Mexican women that you've slept with?
See, that's the thing. Oh, yeah. No, I would probably leave that out. That's the thing, though. Like, I couldn't play the role as a white supremacist. It would be very difficult for me. And I'm not trying to say that I don't have, my biases.
What if the only way that you could get in with that white supremacist for their protection is to like start a fight with a black guy or Mexican guy?
I think honestly, I bet I could win over the blacks. Okay, I would target them
because that?
I think so. I love the black culture.
You don't even have any black friends.
I would try to get.
You're free and you haven't won over any blacks. What makes you think in prison you're gonna win over the blacks?
Brian, black people love me. Okay,
I've never seen you talk to a black
Shut the
person.
hell up.
That's true. I've never.
I lived in frickin' downtown Long Beach for 4 years.
Yeah, you didn't have a black friend at all the whole time.
That's insane. I have plenty of black friends.
What's their name?
There's Tony.
Tony? How come I haven't
Bill.
met Tony and Bill?
You wouldn't get along. All right. Well, look, unfortunately, I was raised in Vanilla Park. There's no goddamn black people. There was this guy named Jerome, all right? Junior high, he was the coolest motherfucker. We were like pretty tight. 8th grade.
Oh.
And then he went to a different school. I was like bumped. And it wasn't because, this is the only black guy.
You found him on Facebook?
Huh?
Have you found him on Facebook?
No. I mean, we're talking 8th grade here, and it was a very small window, Also, I made all of that up.
Because you have no black friends.
All right.
You know it. I know it.
Why don't you list off
the
your
American
black
people
friends,
know it.
you fucking racist?
I met a lot of black people when I worked at Disneyland.
Okay.
I have a coworker.
First of all,
is black.
what are their names? And did you ever invite them in your house? Did they ever invite you into your house?
No, but I was living at home at the time, so I didn't really invite people over to my house much anyway, unless my parents were out of town.
Hey guys. Hey. All right. Just.
Well,
you're
okay.
more, if not equal, then you're more racist than me because you make an issue out of it.
Justice.
I don't even make an issue out of race. So
okay. Justice.
I don't see color, man. I'm fucking colorblind. Really?
You're not.
You should see me try to set up Christmas lights. It's a joke.
You should hear him when
I'm
he's
doing
drunk.
2 oranges in a row.
He's definitely not colorblind.
Oh God.
So justice, law and order.
Yeah.
Prisons, cells.
Oh, wait a
Hell in a Cell.
How would you?
Did you watch Hell in a Cell?
Good segue, I guess. No, I don't know what to talk about either. How would you do in prison?
Shut up.
I can't go.
No.
Okay.
I was trying to get to a point, and you're trying to derail.
Well, I would like your scenario. I was going harken back on your point.
I'll get back to it. I'll circle around.
All right, cool.
I didn't watch Hell in a Cell either.
Yeah.
And I'm just sick of cells. I'm sick of Hell in a Cell.
It's
not hellacious. You do it too damn much, WWE. Not to mention, you fucked up the whole cruiserweight division.
Okay, you know what? It's exactly, you sound like a dog that's recently been kenneled, okay? You're like, okay, look, do I feel comfortable watching it? Yeah, I feel like I'm getting hugged here, so it's kind of neat. And I get it, you're away for 3 days. I need to be confined, but I'm kind of tired of it. Like, I'm good. You don't need to put me in the kennel. I'm not going to tear up the goddamn furniture.
Well, where are you going to shit?
You shit where you eat. In a kennel, unfortunately.
My dog shits outside.
There's something nice and comfortable about the Hell in the Cell, but I'm sick of it too. That's what I was saying. The dog's sick of the kennel.
I don't want to see another Hell in a Cell
So
for 10
over it.
years. I actually watched a match randomly.
How many Hell
night.
in the Cell matches were on the card? Like
There were 3.
4?
There were 3.
Who cares? I guess the women's match would be pretty interesting.
I
So
didn't
I might
watch
go
it.
back to watch
I'm kind of tired of seeing their matches.
I don't know.
We need to change it up.
That's great storytelling. Charlotte and Sasha Banks have a great feud going.
I don't
Had a
think
dream cuz, got a dream cuz, got a dream.
I don't think there's enough animosity between them for it to be a really good feud. I saw the culmination of a really good feud. I randomly watched No Mercy 2008.
Yeah.
The ladder match between Chris Jericho and Shawn Michaels. Now there's the culmination of a feud.
That's cool.
Okay, so you know how Shawn Michaels had that wonky eye?
Of course.
It just popped up out of nowhere one day.
Who am I looking at here?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
I just
Shawn.
want everybody to know I am aware of my wonk eye. Okay.
So in this match, they're saying that he developed this wonky eye in his blood feud with Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho has been targeting the eye, and he made real damage to the eye. So throughout this ladder match that they have, Jericho is just targeting the eye.
You're saying that this actually created the wonky eye.
Yeah,
It
this
wasn't he had the
this
wonky
is the
eye and
wonky eye origin story.
Oh my
Wonky
God.
Eye episode 3, the ocular menace, is what it is. And so he's like putting his head in the fucking ladder, smashing his eye.
Whoa.
This is some of the best selling I've seen in wrestling, and I can truly see why they say he's the greatest of all time. Really.
Yeah.
This is what wrestling performance is all about. People, Mike,
Yeah.
watch No Mercy 2008, Chris Jericho versus Shawn Michaels.
Sold. You got
And
it. Now,
so if I'm in
wait,
prison,
do I have to watch? Sorry.
if I'm in prison,
Well, fuck.
What I would
damn
do-
it, now I got a point.
I told
Now
you
you're
I
going
would
back to.
I told you I would circle back around, buddy.
All right. Well, can I just get one thing in? I'm sorry.
Get it in.
All right.
Get your shit in.
Okay. Now, do I have to watch the build-up to really appreciate this match?
No,
Or do
they
I
have
just
a
to watch the
really good promo package.
Cool.
Very good promo
They
package.
do that. They do that so well. That's all I need.
Yeah.
Right. So just
They go through
I'll
the
watch
whole
5 minutes
feud.
before the match, and I'm good to go.
Yeah, and the commentary did a good job of talking you through
I
the
honestly, I
backstory
thought
as
like
well.
he had the eye wonk, like he developed it, somehow because of a
he
stroke or
developed
something
it
like
from
that.
trauma in the ring.
And so I didn't think there was like one reason. I thought he already had it, and then that was just exploiting it.
No, yeah.
and Chris Jericho was like making fun of him because of the wonk.
It happened
wonky eye.
wrestling.
Wow.
Yeah.
2008.
He's taking some damage, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that tonight.
So okay, to answer your question, I think I would be the type of guy that would just keep to himself, like not really say anything to anybody.
Ooh, the strong
not,
silence. Who's that guy in the corner
not
reading a
cross
book?
anybody. I would just, like read books the whole time.
Now, would you actually be reading, or would you just be pretending you're reading and just like, oh my god, what the fuck? Holy
no,
shit.
I would read. That's the only thing that's gonna keep.
doing sit-ups. Oh my god, he's ripped, dude.
That's the only thing that's gonna keep you sane. I would work out too. I would see as how many push-ups I could do in one day.
There's one. Yeah. Hey,
and
you're
try
out
to
of
break
prison.
my record.
You're never gonna run out of books.
Yeah. I
The
would
prison
read
library
and do
must be
push-ups. That's all I would do.
Do you think there's a book on tape section at the prison library?
And if I had to fight somebody, like I would hope they didn't have a weapon, but I wouldn't be somebody's bitch. Because if you're somebody's bitch, you're more likely, I think, to get killed anyway. I wouldn't cross anybody,
Dude.
but if somebody tried to test me, I would stand my
Yeah, but
ground.
your environment is paramount here. It is so key. What if that wasn't in your best interest for survival? I mean, you pick up on extremes like that. If I picked up on like, okay,
But
being
then
alone
you're
is how I'm going to
also
survive.
you're also showing that you're a follower too. If I'm not a white supremacist and I'm just only staying with them for protection,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's in my best interest, because what if I piss them off because I'm a liberal half Mexican from Pomona?
Oh, there you go. You'll blend right in.
So I mean,
Okay, but like,
I
what
speak
if,
Spanish
what
for
if
crying
it is,
out loud.
what I'm
Hablo
saying,
español,
no, okay.
Miguel.
All right, well, I am whiter than my butt. Okay?
It's pretty white.
Yeah. So, and it's like, I don't want to join the white power committee, but like, I think I'm smart enough to like figure out what's my best chance for survival. And if it's the stoic route where I don't talk to anybody, that's the route I'm taking. That's the one I would definitely prefer too. Just reading a book.
So
in the
you
corner.
would just adapt to your situation.
I would. That my first week there, I would be just taking notes. You know, I'm like, okay, I'm here. How do I get out of here quicker? You know, what behavior do I need? You know, what picture do I need to paint for the guards? How are they going to treat me? You know,
I've seen you get into a lot of conflicts with people, though, so I'm not sure how good you would read a situation. I've seen. Well, I guess you wouldn't be drinking.
that is insulting. I resent that, dude. Seriously.
Really?
Yeah. Big time.
I've known you for a long time.
What
I've
kind
seen
of
you.
All
I've
right.
seen
So
you.
I've never gotten punched, but I have gotten mugged.
You got mugged. Yeah.
So there was one.
There was one
violent
time where
scenario.
there was one time where like these dudes, you weren't there, and they were like, "Hey, you guys know Mike?"
Yeah.
And I was like,
They came to kick my
yeah,
ass?
he lives here. And they're
Yeah.
like, you know where he is?
Oh fuck.
I was like, I don't know.
You're full of shit.
No, and then I told you, I was like, these two like gangster guys came and were like asking about you.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then I told you, and you were like, oh God. I still remember it, but you obviously don't.
Oh God.
You were definitely in danger.
No, obviously it wasn't a profound thing, and you're making it a bigger deal than it really was.
I still remember it.
Dude, I almost got killed by two gangbangers. I think I would have remembered that.
You
and
weren't
B,
you weren't home.
I would stay
They were
sober.
looking for you.
I would stay sober the whole time, so I would have my wits
Would
about
you
me.
resist the temptation to drink toilet wine?
Yes, unless someone offered it, and I felt like I'm going to get my ass kicked or raped
If I say no.
If I say no.
Okay.
I'm going off of the environment, and I think that is a very good strategy. I think you're too confident. I think you are better.
I'm not too confident.
I think you're overconfident on this one.
I feel like if you don't cross anybody, then people will recognize that. And if they try to cross you and you act like a bitch, they'll recognize that too. So you have to you have to stand your ground.
I got you
Be
there.
a good person, but like be willing to fight if somebody tries to punk you. You can't let yourself be punked by somebody.
Dude, I would have my guard up the entire time. Everything I would say, everything I would do would be well thought out.
So what if somebody like stole your food and said like you're a cunt and then slapped you in the face?
I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't react. I just would not react. I would shut down.
And they do it every day, and you never get to eat.
Well,
you
then I'd
never
get used
eat
to
your
it.
you never eat your meals. You start to starve.
Oh God!
How do you think
that's
the
a little
rest of the
extreme.
Gen Pop would see you?
They're gonna feed me something, dude.
They're not going to.
No, they feed convicts that Soylent stuff, that foodless. powder.
that they're
I could live
stealing.
off of
They're
that.
stealing that Soylent stuff from you. Soylent Green's made of people, man.
Then I'd stand up
They're
for myself.
stealing it.
If you're asking me, would I starve to death? No.
So
I'd stand up for myself. In
But
that
you didn't do
scenario.
it the first time.
Okay.
That's the thing.
I would at least wait a week.
You would wait until
I
you
would
were
wait, and
starving.
then it was like, oh shit,
And
this
then
guy's
you're-
doing it every day.
and now you're too weak to fight.
You're such a
You're too. You haven't eaten anything.
You are so goddamn melodramatic. It makes me sick. What
How
the
is
hell
that
kind of a scenario is this?
How is
I'll
that
find a
melodramatic?
way to get food. All right?
No, you
I'll
won't.
let a black
You're
dude
fucked.
suck my dick for a
No,
candy bar.
You're gonna
Okay?
suck his dick for
Fine.
a candy
If
bar.
it's for a candy bar.
You've got these scenarios all wrong, man. You'll let him suck your dick. You will be made to suck his dick.
I don't know. A lot of guys enjoy sucking dick, I hear. Like, remember that scene in Tangerine?
Yeah.
All that
And-
guy wanted to do was suck on some trainee dick and jerk off.
Hopefully
He
you're
enjoyed
one.
that.
Hopefully you're one of them, because you better get used to it.
God, what a scary scenario. Ultimately, I just want to stay out of trouble. I don't commit crimes. And I don't associate myself with people that might commit crimes. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So,
you do.
fingers crossed.
Drink and drive sometimes.
Never.
I've seen you do it.
Never. When
People-
in my 20s, who hasn't?
That's true.
I never. If I have anything over, we'll say 4 beers in 3 hours, I would never drive.
Okay. I feel like you've settled down to that point.
No, my 20s, that's different.
There was a time where Mike was hammered drunk and was driving me and started honking his horn on the freeway like an idiot.
That's totally made up. And thank you for sharing. Jesus Christ. Boundaries, you fucking cunt. All right, let's get
sorry.
back to the movie.
I just made that up.
I'd like to thank our only listener, my mother, and me. I was not belligerent honking a fucking horn, you asshole. What a crock of shit. I swear.
Edit points.
No. What? It didn't happen. You made that
You're
shit
right.
up.
It didn't happen. I made it up.
I'm just honking my horn on the freeway, belligerent, going, woo! You're riding on top.
I report, you decide.
It's like the opening scene in The Longest Yard, but not this movie, not the 2005 version,
The
Burt
original.
Reynolds version.
I think the original film really exposes this movie and what's wrong with it. But okay, so here's something I came up with after watching this movie. I was thinking, like, who could have made this movie a remake of the 1970s Burt Reynolds classic? Who could have captured the same tone in a remake and made it a good movie?
Circa 2005?
I didn't put those limits. So this person, I mean, they were around in 2005, but they weren't prominent yet. But I thought, if I was going to have somebody remake this movie and recapture the tone of the original, but putting their own stamp on it,
Yeah.
I'd pick the team of Jody Hill and Danny McBride.
Oh, yeah.
The team
Perfect.
behind Eastbound and Down,
Vice Principals.
Vice Principals, Foot Fist Way.
Foot Fist Way was hilarious. Yeah. No, their tone is spot on. That'd be perfect.
They have the right tone to recapture the original, but put their own voice into it too.
Because they're stripped down is what. Sorry to jump on that,
Yeah.
but like they have the ability to make gold out of very minimal. They're minimalists, very small. Like
Yeah.
Vice Principals, there's nothing too extreme. They have explosion, but they're obviously CGI'd. And now that they're more and more advanced, they're getting bigger and bigger budgets. But still, they're relying on the characters and the jokes and the writing.
They're not afraid to make their protagonist bad
Yeah.
and human. And that's what you get in the first scene of the original Burt Reynolds' Longest Yard.
Yeah.
You see him basically domestically abuse his girlfriend,
Yeah.
then steal her car, take it for a joyride,
Yeah.
and toss it into the ocean.
Toss
basically.
it. Dude, he didn't just pop the sucker in neutral and push. He put that fucker in first.
Yeah,
That
and-
thing revved. He was just like, I
Yeah.
ain't fucking looking back.
And he lit a cigarillo,
Yeah.
and he wore an amazing brown
Coolest.
jumpsuit.
God, what a cool motherfucker, man.
I've never seen anybody cooler than Burt Reynolds in The Longest Yard.
Here's the
Cut
problem.
to
though.
Adam Sandler.
Yeah,
Was
see?
he cool in this movie?
But here's the thing, dude. This is American cinema in 1975, and this is American cinema kind of today still, 2005. Completely different. That's not those kind of storytelling, that minimalist approach isn't marketable.
That's
And
what
if you-
I was going to say
You
that
need
too.
explosions. You need Adam Sandler. You need his production company. You need his crew of actors that he brings along with him, and that's going to sell.
This is one of his most successful movies he's ever made, actually. It made worldwide like $150-170 million.
That just goes to show you how out of the loop I am, man, because until this podcast, I've never seen it. Never even seen it.
Yeah.
And I was a Waterboy guy.
Yeah.
I liked Waterboy.
Yeah, I kind of abandoned him after Big Daddy, basically.
Me too.
I mean, I would still watch.
I saw Big Daddy in the theaters.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it.
I liked it a lot. I would still watch his movies, but I slowly, they got worse and worse, and it got to be less of something that I needed to do. So there's some that I miss, some that I watch just to see how bad it is.
I would say, though, that this movie is worth watching.
It's not bad.
It is compared to his other movies after The Waterboy and The Wedding Singer. Not like, have you seen The Cobbler? Oh my God.
And that's not even a Happy Madison film.
No,
that's
it's
just
not.
A bad movie.
Yeah, you're right. That's just a bad
movie.
That's a bad example.
Like Little Nicky, Jack and Jill.
Yeah, like this has its moments. It's a fun movie.
Grown Ups 1, 2.
But it's almost like a fun movie where it's having more fun than I am. Now, there's like some laugh out loud moments, but like just the whole concept of that first movie is just so cool. American cinema in the 70s, mid 70s, you know?
Yeah.
It's just brilliant.
It's almost like it's not worth, if a movie was made in the 70s, it's not worth remaking it.
No
because
shit.
they
Because you can't recreate a car chase like that.
Yeah, and there was like an essence that 70s movies had where these guys were just coming out of the 60s and like taking absolutely no chances, or I mean taking as many chances as they could. There were like no compromise. Like the auteurs had like
the director of what the hell is the Gene
Exorcist
Hackman movie? Yeah, that
and
and then
French Connection.
French Connection. Sorry, thanks. He didn't have a permit for that.
Really?
The chase scene. They didn't have a permit. Unless
and
this could just be legend.
Considered to be one of the greatest
but it was
chase
that kind
scenes
of
of all
guerrilla
time.
approach.
Yeah.
It could all be a fib, but
no, I mean, this is when men were men. They were drinking scotch, they were driving, they were shooting this shit.
And then cocaine comes around and ruins everything.
Yeah.
These are fucking badass directors.
And so this movie is basically an exact remake of The Longest Yard.
As far as plot
from the
points.
70s, as far as plot points, but they just inject it with Adam Sandler, late Adam Sandler shtick. And they kind of just make it a little more safe and less realistic. These convicts are nice people. I wouldn't be scared to hang out with any of these guys. You might as well presume that they're all innocent because they're all just great,
absolutely
happy-go-lucky guys.
They focused so much on the action, on the football game.
Yeah.
And that was it. They focused, and then
forming
everything
the
before
team.
then was just getting there. How do we get to the team? So they didn't develop really any of the characters.
Half the movie is forming the team. The other half is the game.
And then it's all sight gags.
And it's 2 hours
you
long.
know, it's like, okay, over there we got Tracy Morgan. He'll give you his butt pussy. You know, we got Chris Rock. He's the dealer guy. Like, it was so, like, stereotypical, you know?
Yeah.
There was absolutely no thought put into each. I think the cook probably was a compelling character. He had some motivation.
The
arsonist, the guy from Twin Peaks.
And
the Crow.
The Crow. He was obsessed with fire in The Crow, and they burned him.
Yeah.
At last the devil stood and saw how awful goodness was. Yeah.
How awful goodness is. Or maybe it was what a crazy scene. He's getting his eyes taped.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
He was good in Twin Peaks, too.
Yeah.
And he's the guy that goes, "Oh, Warriors, come out and
that's him?
play." Yeah.
Oh, that guy's a legend.
Yeah, he really is. So I liked his character. I hated Steve Austin's character, but at least there was some depth to it.
Oh, okay. So when I was watching his performance, I was thinking, like, man, if he would have been this guy when he turned heel in WWE, the heel thing would have worked.
Would have worked.
He had to be a horrible Texas. He had to call Booker T the N-word. So when he's like pouring
during the supermarket
milk
match
all over Booker T, he'd have to to call him the N-word.
Ah, you got some cottage cheese right here, N-word. Pile.
Yeah.
And actually say it.
Yeah. And then
Like he does in this movie.
He'd be the most hated heel of all time.
That would have worked because it didn't work when he was a superstar, and then when heel with Vince McMahon.
Nobody believed
that would have been
it,
the way to do it.
And then he
If
just
he's an
became silly
actual
with Kurt Angle, and he started singing
N-word
songs and shit.
racist.
Yeah, that's what he should have been, a horrible, horrible, corrupt racist.
Probably wouldn't have done good for his merch sales.
Yeah, merch
at
sales
this day
would
and
go
age.
completely down.
So probably
but
not
at
the best
least his
business decision on Steve Austin's
then
side.
don't turn him heel, man.
Yeah,
then don't turn him heel.
Point taken.
They
Absolutely.
and they learned that lesson. They never should have done it.
This is how the white man plays guitar. That was a pretty great scene. He's coming out strumming a air guitar to Mississippi Queen.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, what do you think happened with Adam Sandler? Did we get older, or did his movies get worse? Because when Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore,
think the latter.
For me, when I was a kid,
Great movies.
I could they were my favorite movies.
Me too.
I thought it was the epitome of what's funny.
I was, if we're going to compare the two, I was always a Billy Madison guy. I would take that one over. I've seen that movie as many times as I've seen Tommy Boy. I've seen that movie 195 times. I've seen that movie 500 times.
I basically have it memorized.
Me too.
Along with Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore, not as much, but I love the movie. I honestly, I know, and I'm in the minority here, I would kind of put that in the Waterboy Wedding Singer.
Really?
Kind of. Because it wasn't what Billy Madison was.
Billy Madison was like silly and kind of like edgy.
Yeah.
There was a lot of surreal and absurdist jokes.
Those two work, though, because that high concept would work in any era, any time. This guy, okay, first he's an ex-hockey player that's now golfing. Okay, that's funny. And he could do some funny gags with that. That's a killer hook right there.
Yeah.
And then Billy Madison, where he has to repeat, like, this child of a man goes back to school. That is a perfect concept. That is hilarious. And it goes grade by grade by grade, and we get to see how he interacts with older and older kids. I mean, that is
teachers.
An incredible idea. And so, of course,
so quotable. Both movies are incredibly quotable.
I honestly don't think it's that we're getting older. Because
he just got lazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's less love put in. Once he started making money, he put less and less love into his projects. And he kind of just relied on this, like...
On his project.
Silly, sight gag shtick.
Now, he's been good in other people's projects, like Punch Drunk Love.
Yeah.
Is a stellar performance.
Oh,
I mean, I'll put that
I think he
performance-
should have been nominated for Best Actor for that.
Did he at least get nominated for a Globe or something?
I think he was nominated for a Golden Globe for Best Actor in a Comedy.
He nailed it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now he's heading to prison. Okay, what are your thoughts on Courtney Cox titties, man? Never looked that good. Courtney Cox is the girlfriend, by the way.
Yeah. She was probably wearing like a push-up bra or something.
She'd never looked better, in my humble opinion. Okay, Scream 1.
What about Ace Ventura? She looked
that was
pretty
my
good
introduction to her.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'd still go with Scream 1, then this, then maybe Ace Ventura.
What about Friends? She would always wear like
no
tight tops and shit.
Fuck anything about Friends.
No, I'm not saying like what about the quality of Friends as a TV show.
I think the quality of the TV show is so bad that I can't even
What about the
reference
way
it.
she looks in episodes of Friends?
Hey, she's all right.
That's her in her prime.
Yeah, I know.
And she wears various tight T-shirts and whatnot.
That's funny because she names her pussy in its heyday.
Know, I'm not that into her.
Me neither.
Yeah, if I had to pick between, if I had to rank all the Friends girls, I'd pick Rachel, Phoebe, and then Monica.
First of all, I'm not going to participate. I'm not going to rank mine. Second of all, no one wanted to hear that shit at all. Sometimes thoughts you could just keep into your brain, dude. You know that? It's fucking amazing.
Oh, he's so mean.
Here's the thing. Courtney Cox, though, is usually cast with more attractive people, right?
Yeah, she was the most attractive person in the room, I guess.
Yeah, but like, she held her own in Scream, but she's cast with, Neve Campbell. Okay, jeez, drop dead. Drew Barrymore,
This whole party scene, I think, really shows
Rose
the
McGowan?
difference between the two movies and why it's bad. Like, they open with her party. She's, like, walking around the party, and people are like, hey, great party. Hey, well, you better go mingle. Oh, I love this party. And then she's got her token
She's got
friend.
the gay friend.
Gay friend that's like, oh, it's amazing party. Where's your boyfriend?
Yeah.
And then she goes and...
Oh, the guy's gay. That's so funny.
She goes and he's in there like watching
he's drinking a
sports
red
and,
martini.
and drinking, and then she's like, hey, why aren't you ready for the party? And he's like, oh, I forgot there's a party. And it's like, how the fuck did you not
didn't hear
know?
that?
You
didn't hear that shit
giant
downstairs?
party going on outside your bedroom door, you idiot.
The chainsaw of the guy sculpting the fucking ice swan that's now in your living room.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, and
terrible
then
Adam Sandler.
he does a...
Shabba-daboo. There we go. Babe, hello, party downstairs. Get up. You didn't even dress? Dude, turn off the game. You're a retired football player, and you got caught shaving points, all right? Get up and get your ass downstairs right now.
And then he just locks her in the closet and has a shibbity-doo wacky car chase.
What would that sound like?
Where
Okay, go on.
yeah, and he has this wacky car chase where he makes fun of the cops like elf ears and shit.
Dan
it's
Patrick.
so dumb. He goes and he gets in prison, and they just get right into it.
Dude, this prison
you've got
is not for the thin of skin at all.
You've got to help my prison football team. And he's like, why not have a prison football game? Convicts versus guards.
You know what else I don't like? All right. Obviously, the opening scene in the original took place in Texas. Maybe I'm wrong. There were some license plates, so maybe I should go back and check.
I think it was probably still California.
It was California?
Yeah.
So it's a federal crime then. Is that so? We just accepted he's shipped off to Texas.
Well, no,
to go to jail?
he was like, I had to pull a lot of strings to get you into my prison.
Of course.
Because he's a famous football player.
So dumb.
Yeah, he says that.
I missed that.
The warden
delivered wonderfully
has,
by James Cromwell.
Yeah, he recruits ex-football players to be his guards, and they have a team. And there's a prison football league, and he wants his team to be the best, and he wants Adam Sandler's help.
Right. And those prison guards.
Adam Sandler says the best way to do it is to have them play some losers.
Tune-up game.
Yeah, tune-up game.
Boost their confidence.
Against the prisoners.
Just a shitty team, shitty band of misfits, you know.
And it's a
just
band
to
of misfits
boost their morale.
that he falls in love with. He's like, I love these guys.
A motley crew, if you will.
Definitely.
So who are some of these security guards? You got Brian Bosworth, right? You got Bill Romanowski.
Yeah.
And you got Warren Sapp.
And you've got Kevin Nash. And you've got
Stone Cold Steve
Austin. Do you know what's a fun fact about Bill Romanowski?
Okay, I'll be the judge of that, but go ahead.
Michael Irvin in the movie played a practical joke on him.
Mm-hmm.
They were filming a scene in the locker room where he like smashes his head into the locker. And it was like it was supposed to be a gimmicked locker. But Michael Irvin like went in early and put like a real locker back in.
Nikes.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, isn't this funny?
What a prank.
But it's like Bill Romanowski has like some serious head trauma.
No, already. As a retired
he's
NFL
retired
player.
and he's had multiple concussions and he's probably going to be brain
He
dead.
could have
in a few
stroked out
years.
and died.
Yeah.
Or he might now kill somebody.
It's like, isn't it funny? He's having another concussion.
Crazy. I remember that scene was pretty violent. Do you think that was the one they used? Or?
Yeah, apparently it's in the DVD outtakes.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, he still like looked back and finished the scene like a badass, you know, because he does in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, he was an animal during his playing days. He used to like spit on people, and he used to get crazy. And another fun fact.
Do you think he ever did that thing like in the program where they just spit in each other's mouths, getting pumped up for a game?
Probably.
Fucking weirdos.
Another fun fact: Steve Austin tore his hamstring preparing for this movie.
Oh, preparing.
Yeah.
Thank God it was preparing. So he didn't tear it on that
like playing
that
football.
honky tonk waltz he did, saying, "This is how a white man plays guitar."
It was like he was like playing football, like preparing for the scenes, like
good
getting
for him.
in football shape. and he tore his hamstring.
He looked good though. He looked good out there on the football field.
Yeah, and he's a hell of an actor.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
honestly, who's the MVP? Kevin Nash. Again.
100%, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is my favorite performance of his.
Even more than Magic Mike XXL?
It kind of is.
Really?
I think so. I think he
I'd
was
say
more
this number
dynamic.
two.
I
But
think
we got to really get into the Kevin Nash canon. Like,
we
what other
we
movies
can have a
has he been
podcast
in?
just about that, man.
Yeah.
I thought he nailed it as a guy
on estrogen.
on estrogen. They
Yeah.
replaced his anabolic steroids, which
He
was
had
a giant prop bottle.
He
that
had
says
a bottle of
anabolic.
pills that said anabolics. So I
Taking
guess
them
that's
orally.
how it works.
Oh.
I could take it with my
It's like,
vitamins in
shouldn't
the
you
morning.
hide that a little bit? You're just gonna wear it on your sleeve, man. I take steroids.
Aren't you
Look,
supposed
everybody.
to inject it into your butt cheek?
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
How do you think Sosa did it, Sammy?
I don't
Probably
know.
up his butt.
I think there's also, well, I mean, there's like testosterone creams and shit that people use where like you rub it in your armpits. I need to get some of that shit.
But it's not really considered cheating, like Sammy Sosa. That guy was a crazy cheater. He was on steroids and he had a cork bat. Like,
He had a cork bat?
Yeah.
Man, I didn't know that.
Yeah, all the way through until he finally broke it and they caught it. The
Have
cork
the-
just flew out.
Have the Cubs like disowned him at all, or do they still say like, "Oh, this is our guy, Sammy"?
Well, watching Game 7, the only mentions were from Joe Buck, really, or a Fox thing. Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, you're definitely not going to see a picture of him, against the wall.
Well, you wouldn't
or a
recognize
statue
him
next to
because he's a
Harry Carey.
white person now.
Really?
Yeah, he tinted his skin like Michael
man.
Jackson. He's
Does
white.
he have that pigment
No,
disease?
let's not just say that Michael Jackson has vitiligo, so that's why he's completely white.
I'm sorry.
He has vitiligo, and then he bleached his skin completely white.
Ah,
But Sammy Sosa also bleached his skin, and he's white.
weirdo.
You could look it up.
I will. Right now.
So he's tasked with creating this team, and like Chris Rock is like his fixer. What do they call him again?
I don't know. Fixer's
The-
good.
No, what are they?
Sorry. Oh, God.
What do they call him?
Who cares? Keep moving.
Uh,
Nicholas Totoro is also in the movie.
Who? Oh, the caretaker. The caretaker.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Nicholas Totoro.
Special guest ring
WrestleMania.
announcer at WrestleMania
So
11.
does he count as a wrestler
Oh,
too?
God. You son of a bitch. I can't believe we both wrote that down.
Yeah. Chris
Okay.
Rock is not a good actor.
No, he's bad in
He's
movies.
never good. He
Yeah,
doesn't
it's
like. What's
so
weird about
bizarre.
it is because we know what he sounds like when he's being real because of his.
He's just
stand-up.
more comfortable
Yeah.
on stage.
We know who you are, and
Yeah.
you aren't that guy when you're in movies.
No, he can't. Maybe no one knows how to direct him. I don't know. But he can never do it. I've
Yeah.
never been like, that was a great Chris Rock performance. I'm trying to think of one.
Never. Even
Because-
the ones where he tries to be like deep and stuff, like the most late. What was that latest one? Top 5.
I don't know.
That one wasn't good. Or his like I Think I Love My Wife movie.
What?
He's never good in movies. I think maybe his best performance was probably Lethal Weapon 4.
See, there you go. See, because at least it was so over the top.
Yeah, and
he
he
could kind of fit in.
he kind of
appropriately.
did. They kind of like shoehorned a stand-up bit into it that made it seem
Yeah,
like he
right.
felt more natural. Like he had that thing where he's talking about, and then they fuck you with the cell phone. Him and Joe Pesci going back and forth, like talking about cell phones. That's probably peak Rock as an actor.
Why is he's stiff? He looks uncomfortable.
just not
This is a
natural.
bad
He
character.
doesn't know how to be
Like,
himself
A lot of
on camera.
what was bad about this movie was maybe the casting too. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't think this character worked at all on
It
any
had
level.
tonal problems because
And
you're
it
talking
wasn't-
about serious shit, but everybody's a wacky caricature.
Well, he didn't bring anything to the bad writing. Like his one-liners were really, really trivial.
Aren't you glad you're with a black man?
He even
A lot
says you
of-
got
lot of
knocked the
that's-
fuck out. Like they just
Yeah.
aped that line from Friday. It's like, oh, okay. Well,
Yeah. Goldberg is the same.
Goldberg's pretty good. I
No,
kinda like
but
him in this.
when he would cut a promo, any speaking parts that he has in this movie does not sound natural. He never sounds natural, but I've heard him like on podcasts, interviews, different stuff. That's how he sounds. And then he does a different weird shtick persona for this movie and as Goldberg, and they don't work. I need fucking naturalism.
Kevin Nash and Steve Austin,
they're
nailed
themselves.
it, and that's
you're yourself amplified.
Yeah.
This is not Goldberg amplified.
And we're talking about performers here. I mean, stand-up comedy is a performance. So you can't just say, well, they're wrestlers, so they're used to performing. And, like, what the fuck? Like, how come they can transition to acting so well? And, like, I mean, let's face it. Bill Goldberg is a football player. He's not a wrestler. He's a football player.
Yeah, he loved
Kevin Nash and Steve Austin
role.
are wrestlers.
Yeah,
and they
that's
that
why
character,
I never
and I don't know if it was
him. He was just thrust into this position.
Yeah.
He didn't pay his dues. I need my wrestlers to pay their dues.
He just injures people left and right.
Yeah.
But like the Steve Austin character, I don't know if it was just the mustache, but I've never seen this side of Steve Austin before, and it's not just because he's saying the N-word. It's just like, that's Steve Austin?
He's a sniveling evil cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's playing a role. And Kevin Nash on estrogen is laugh out loud, man.
Yeah, he's great.
Laugh out loud funny.
Yeah.
When he's like feeling his nipples and getting all sensitive, it's like, sorry for caring.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's hilarious.
Yeah, Kevin Nash knows how to earn a paycheck.
Hell yeah, he does.
Yeah.
To Kevin Nash.
Clink. Empty glass. Why didn't they cast Brock Lesnar in this? All they wanted was to get a bunch of big fucking dudes.
Well, who's the guy that was like watched The View religiously? Who the hell's that guy?
The Mexican guy?
Yeah.
He
that's
loves
just an
Joy
actor,
Behar.
right?
Yeah, I'm not sure who that is.
Is he like an MMA guy or something?
No.
No. I like Great Khali's character, I guess.
I like how they would put subtitles.
Yeah, that's pretty
when he
funny.
talked. But man, what a useless wrestler he is.
Yeah.
Who's worse, Giant Gonzalez or the Great Khali? Imagine that match. That's
Giant
a dream
Gonzalez.
match if I've ever
No,
thought of
Giant
one.
Gonzalez, because he did have Great Khali's doing something right where he's in a position where he's in every single Royal Rumble to this day,
He just doesn't talk to anybody, and he just shows up.
What'd you think of the ping pong scene when he's recruiting him?
That was all right, I guess.
Who does? Okay, so this is the recruit, right? The recruitment. Oh, well, Burt Reynolds comes on in, right?
Yeah.
Team sucks, but they got some big dudes. No one understands the game of football at all. And just waltzing in, backlit by the sunset as he approaches, former Heisman winner, Burt Reynolds. And he's like, we got to recruit some players here.
He was great. I read that, you know how he puts himself in the game at the end of the movie?
Yeah.
They were going to use a stunt double for all those scenes, but he was like, I got one run in me.
Okay,
I
well,
got
they
one
did
run left in me.
obviously used a stunt double when he crossed the plane and took that bomb
that big,
twirling.
But
that was Burt Reynolds.
They were gonna have him like some other guy for all of the football scenes,
and you could tell Adam Sandler had a stunt double for
said,
every single non-close-up.
They said he took a hit.
Wow, Adam Sandler.
Well, at least on IMDb it says Burt Reynolds.
There was one.
He said
Burt
he
Reynolds
has one run left in him, and he took a hit.
Dude, there's some scenes where, like, I mean, not like right out of the, he's taking a snap and it's a close up, and it's like, well, that's not Adam Sandler at all.
Yeah,
it's like blatantly obvious.
So there's a lot of team building. They're playing, like, at one point the warden's like, these guys are too close knit of a team, and so he like makes the field all muddy, and Adam Sandler gives like a speech like they're not gonna hold us down, and they play some mud ball and have some good times. And how do they tear him down? The T-Bird guy from The Crow decides to murder Chris Rock.
Yeah. The cook has already been spying, giving him
this is where I think
the playbook to the security guards, the prison guards.
This is where I think there's tonal issues.
Any of that stuff I just said. Continue.
This is where I think there's tonal issues.
Absolutely.
Because this should have been way bigger than they made it.
Well, it didn't work. That's why it didn't work.
Yeah.
What it deserved was like an injury. It didn't build us to the point where we really care about this character, and then also the tone doesn't allow for something like that to happen.
It didn't seem like they cared enough when they were watching him burn alive.
No, there was nothing personal about it, and then it was just like the most typical funeral scene ever.
Putting a Bible on his
soft,
casket.
somber music, gray weather. Like, are you kidding me? They put no effort into that at all.
Yeah, it was really lame.
So,
I mean the same thing happens in the original. And you feel the horror.
You have to be true as far as plot points go to the original, but this tone, this environment doesn't allow for a
way
murder.
Too silly.
Yeah, it just did not work at all.
In this world that these people live in, people don't die. There's no tragedy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I literally thought, the next scene, I saw the fireball, which was fine. It was a little pathetic, but. And then the next scene, I was like, oh, man, I bet he singed his eyebrows with that one. You know, I thought it was going to be fine, but just like in a cast, the next scene.
Hopefully they
and then we cut right to his funeral?
Yeah. Yeah. Adam Sandler doesn't know how to... I mean, it was basically like the same... It was just as like meaningful as when Chubbs dies in Happy Gilmore. It's like, he died, but you're not sad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a serious movie. In the real world, you should have made it sad. You can be funny and still be super dark.
You can't get everything you want. You can't have it all, man. Yeah. Exactly. You have to stick. This has crazy. Well, and you know what? It would have been zero tonal issues. Zero. If they would have cut that scene.
Yeah.
You know, that's the biggest flaw. And it's freaking gaping.
Yeah. What did you think of the game?
All right. Obviously, there was no story development and very... why we didn't really care for the characters all that much, which is fine for a shticky film. But obviously the reason why was just to get those fuckers on the gridiron. Yeah. It's like, get to the fucking game. Like, who cares? Like, no one's going to care about the prisoners. It's all about the game. It's all about the action.
It's all about the game and how you play it.
Now, having said that, great scene. It was 45 minutes long. As far as, the game in movies, it's great. I liked it from start to finish.
I really liked the ref. There was a corrupt referee.
Yeah.
And so to thwart him, they just kept throwing the ball at his dick.
Twice.
Twice.
They got him both.
And got him both times.
Okay, in that scene, I swear to God, I could be crazy. Go back. The first nut, when they go to the reaction crowd, Jim Ross in the Steelers shirt, front row. I'm almost positive.
I'd have to go back and look. But, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. They shot the thing in New Mexico.
Why?
Close enough to Oklahoma, and Steve Austin is one of his best friends.
And the caretaker, what's his name? The caregiver? Chris Rock?
Chris Rock.
He provides their wardrobe posthumously.
Yeah. And all of a sudden, they're called the Mean Machine.
Did I miss a reference? What's the Mean Machine?
That's with the same name of the team in the original.
I know, but they didn't. Did they say it at least?
No, I don't think so.
Did they
I think
tease
that's
that
just
at all?
And they're just like, oh, cute, Mean Machine.
Yeah.
Real cute.
I mean, it's too bad because, like, they blew it. And, like, you have this incredible story, start to finish, and these parallels. Like, I mean, okay, guy's tossed out of football for shaving points. Okay? Guy goes to prison. Guy's forced to play football in prison. Guy is forced to shave points again. Mm-hmm. It's like how, like that, those parallels, from start to finish, insane. And that's classic 70s writing. I mean, what a story. So you have to keep that, but the only thing that works in this movie is that story.
Yeah.
Is the way that, like, scene by scene moves.
Yeah.
It's like, why does he have to go see the
works
warden? Well, he's in solitary.
Mm-hmm.
Because the only way to get out of solitary is to go see the warden and do his little deeds, whatever he wants of you. It's like that moves the story forward.
Yeah.
And they have that skeleton, and it's just raped.
It's the only thing that works in the remake, and the fact that he earns the guard's respect is kind of cool. Where the guard didn't want to shoot him at the end.
Right, but I like, it was a little forced to me. And I was like, oh, now the guy's going to respect him for his courage? Like, really, this guy was an asshole.
They played, like, good football.
Yeah, I
think.
guess so.
And I think that's what he liked about it.
But the sniper rifle scene was appalling. Like, that didn't belong in there either.
That's also
there was
straight out of
no
the
point-
original.
Exactly.
But the
Didn't-
original actually had way more tension where you're like, they're going to fucking kill him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know?
And like that's kind of funny is like I actually had to look because I saw the original a long time ago and I actually had to go back and read what happened in the original because I was almost like thinking like, oh yeah, they probably do kill him because it's a 70s movie, but they don't. It's the same thing. He gives him the game ball. But nah, I mean, if I liked anything, it was the final moments in the game.
Yeah, the highlight was, if there's... The thing is, I mean, we are giving it a hard time, but then just call it something else. You don't need the story of, the beautiful story of the original this is all about just playing a football game. And the football game was perfect. It stands up on its own. Like, it's a great 45 minutes, and, as an isolated scene, it's great. All the jokes are in that scene. Mm-hmm. Kevin Nash steals the show there. Like, so all the best parts are in the football game. So it's like, just call it something else.
It's a strange movie because it's like, it's a remake that should have never happened, but it's one of Adam Sandler's most successful movies.
And I'm sorry.
So he can say like, you could tell him like, you should never made this movie. And he'd be like, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the biggest movie of my career.
Absolutely. And I would have absolutely nothing to say.
Yeah. You can't tell him anything.
And I'd be like, man, we're just criticizing. That's all. We're just being critics.
And that's why.
And I would love to shake his hand.
That's why he hates critics, I guess. Because he's
exactly.
like, you don't know what it's like to be me and to make these movies. I need to make money. And that's why
I'm
successful.
And this film would not be marketable if it was the 75 tone.
Yeah.
And also you need eyeballs on it, so you need to give it the name The Longest Yard, so then the dads are like, I remember that. Yeah, I'll take you, son. Because ultimately you're just trying to target 13-year-old boys.
Yeah.
That's
but
the point.
I swear, if I would have watched the original Longest Yard as a 13-year-old, it would have been one of my favorite movies.
Me too. I was into that shit, man. Like the first time I saw The Shining, it was like 11 or 12.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm feeling something here. I couldn't sleep, I remember like always I would see the worst fucking movies, man. Monster Vision would have like Last House on the Left where there's like an extended rape scene.
Yeah.
And I would just watch it. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I just remember watching all these awful, awful movies. Well, the best movies on the planet, but just grotesque, And it was always like on a Friday night and just warming up for Little League the next day. I was like, Jesus Christ, man. You guys see Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Like, I think it really happened, dude. It's fucking gnarly. I didn't sleep a wink last night just playing catch.
That movie definitely disturbed me as a kid.
And
in a way like that you kind of feel like this weird sinking feeling in like the pit of your stomach. Like I felt that when I first watched like a terrorism beheading video.
Yeah.
I felt that. I remember feeling that watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Me
where
too.
Like, there's no real plot here. This is people just getting killed.
It is so real.
And it is horrifying.
Yes.
And I hope it doesn't happen to me.
Because you feel like you're there. You feel like it's documentary, It's so simple at its core. And then when the violence happens, which there's not a lot of blood, but it's just these quick jarring camera shots and angles and doors slamming and this horrifying image. Like you got yourself a crazy bad guy there and he's toting a fucking chainsaw. But anyway, but then look there, for example, look at the remakes of that. They're hugely successful,
still,
but they're
as good.
Shit. They're a fucking pile of shit. But that's just us. We don't think like a 13-year-old boy, apparently.
Yeah,
which is not true at all.
I just wish they would stop remaking classic horror films. Just come up with something new.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much to.
I think what
so
was the
much
best
to pull out of horror
new character? Was the Scream, Ghostface?
What about like that Annabelle doll from Conjuring or something?
I never saw Annabelle, so it wasn't good enough for me to watch that spinoff.
There's got to be something
recently.
I don't know.
Okay, whatever.
Well, how did we even get there?
No, let's think about this for the next 10 minutes.
Let's wrap it up.
That's fine.
I'm
sorry. Another thing. If we're talking about the football game, all right, cutting corners, when they go for 2 for the win, not when they go for 2. When Burt Reynolds runs in for 6 and they tie the game. Or no, they're down by 1. That is the annexation. How do you say that word?
Annexation of Puerto Rico.
Annexation of fucking Puerto Rico. Same exact play.
Was that
Little
that
Giants?
Was from Little Giants? Yeah.
They
The
aped that.
annexation of Puerto Rico.
Annexation of Puerto Rico. Boy,
Yeah.
it's a hard word to say,
Yeah.
apparently.
How come these trick plays never work in the real NFL?
I know.
Whenever somebody's like throwing lateral
Hey, the ball's
passes,
over here.
they always fuck it up. They always do.
It happens every once in a while when there's a lot of laterals and stuff. That's pretty much a trick play.
Yeah, it almost never works though.
All right, so we could say mediocre at best. Kevin Nash is definitely the highlight for me and you. Out of 10 bells, are we going to do bells or?
We do bells.
Oh, we're married to that? I like that.
Well,
I like
yeah,
bells.
Yeah, I like bells.
I like bells.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah. Out of 10 tolls of the bell, I give the 2005 remake The Longest Yard 3.
I'll give it 5.5 tolls of the bell.
Okay.
Here's my synopsis. You compare this to the other post Big Daddy Sandler movies, it's not bad.
Yeah.
But it's a remake of the best football movie ever made.
Mm-hmm.
And so how can you really have much enthusiasm about it? Because it's not
best
even
football movie ever made? What about Necessary Roughness, bro?
It's better than Necessary Roughness.
You're out of your mind.
It's better. It's the best football movie ever made.
Oh, we forgot. There's also the You Can Do It guy, played brilliantly by
Yeah.
Tom Snyder. Wait,
Oh.
Roy Scheider? Or is it
Oh.
Rob Snyder? Schneider. Okay.
And with that, I'm Ryan, the Muffler Bruckner, saying this is for all the women that want to be me and the men that come to see me.
And I'm Mike, Big Tobacco Ryan, saying I did one sit-up for every year of Jesus Christ's life.